Hey, what's up guys? I'm Mandals with Troll and I Central, and today I'm going to be bringing you a complete any percent Central, and today I'm going to be bringing you a complete any percent speedrun tutorial for Troll and I. A little bit about the game before starting off. There's two categories that we run for this game, any percent and 100%. I'm going to be covering any percent today. 100% I will make a guide for, but that's going to come at a later date. And there's three subcategories for each difficulty. Any percent easy, any percent normal, any percent hard. Just for demonstration purposes, I'm going to be playing on easy, but I'll try to cover the differences of each difficulty as we go. The biggest thing is that you will take way more damage on higher difficulties, and the weapons you craft are going to lose durability way more quickly. Those are the most notable things. There's a couple of things I'll mention as we go through. You can run this game on PC, Switch, PS4, and Xbox One. I'm going to be running it on PC. I run this game on PC because load times are way faster. If your PC can handle it, I recommend running this on PC. There are some tricks, though, on console that are a little bit easier to do, and I'll bring those up as they come up. But yeah, if you're playing on PC, let's go to video options here. Obviously, you can't touch this on the console version. You can lower your shadow quality, turn off motion blur, bloom, all that. You can turn the texture filtering to trilinear, even though it'll make the game look like ass. But you cannot put texture quality on low. The reason being, the game will freak out. All the words will be jumbled. The minimap will be completely unrecognizable. We don't know why this happens, but you cannot mess with the texture quality. If you put it on low, you will not be able to play your game in its entirety. Just don't do it. Just a heads up there. But yeah, that should cover everything. Time starts when you select the difficulty, and time ends when the cutscene plays after you throw the spear at Nico. And today I'm going to show you boar hunting and the forest fire segment, so let's go. There's going to be 3 cutscenes here. Oh, actually, I'm glad that came up. Before you do a run, start it and then reset. Because the reason being, when you select new game a second time, the load time is going to be way faster. Not sure why this is, but it's always faster the second time. So, just do it again. See, watch. Much quicker. And there's 3 cutscenes here. Just skip them. You can skip them. And once you get here, all you gotta do is immediately sprint to this tree over here. You have to carve these spears, even though we won't use any spears for the fight. If you're mashing Y here, or whatever your... I'm using a controller. Whatever your button is to carve. Sometimes you will carve twice. It's rare that it happens, but it's really good if it happens because it means you don't have to carve spears later. I'm going to try to show what that looks like. I'm going to try to get it. Okay. So that's what it's going to look like if you're just mashing Y and you carve twice. Again, this is rarely going to happen, but just mash while you're carving, and sometimes it'll happen. If it does, sweet. It already passed, but the little tutorial message prompt that pops up that says when the boar icon's here, etc., etc. You have to wait till that passes before you can track a boar, unless you're playing on hard. If you're playing on hard, you can just track them immediately. I like to stand right about here and then wait for the message to go away, and then you don't have to hold A, contrary to what the message says. You just have to tap it. You just tap it, and then the boar is over here. You just follow the reticle. Also, this tactic requires 0 spears, which is nice because you'll need those spears later. Once you get here, and the little icon on your map goes away and it stops looking all gray, tap A again, and the boar is going to pop up over here. Now there's a couple patterns you can get here. The best and most optimal pattern is what we call early dive. And that's where basically you can sprint at the boar and he'll run in your direction. Typically he's going to run away from you. But when he runs in your direction, it's really nice because you meet him halfway and you just tackle him, and everything's good. Yeah, you don't even have to throw spears at the boars. If you're close enough, you can just tackle them and get them there, and that's... If you don't get early dive, this is what you have to do. You gotta crouch, kind of make your way towards here, and I actually might not get it here. And he's a little slippery. I think I waited too long there, which is why. But let me just show what this all looks like. You sprint over here. It's kind of hard recognizing an early dive. He'll be very far off to the right. Optimally, like in a perfect run, you would just run at him and hope you got early dive and just reset till you got early dive. But starting out, you're not going to want to do that. It only saves about 5 seconds. It's not worth doing that every time. So just go over here. That actually looks like an early dive. We're going to find out. No, that was not an early dive. Okay, so if you don't get early dive, just hug the left, and make sure you're crouched. I'll kind of show you where you need to be. I'll show it in its entirety afterward, actually. You kind of just want to hug the left and crouch, and once you get kind of close, sprint after him. You'll just need to work on the timing. It's not super hard. Oh, that's actually bad. You don't want that to happen. I think I waited too long, which is why I did, but here. Show it again in its entirety. I'll try to get early dive to show what that looks like. This segment's not hard. Just practice it and get used to the patterns and the timing, and you can get through this pretty easily. Just wait here, wait for the message to go away, tap A as soon as you can. Again, on hard, you don't need to wait, so just tap A right away. There, tap A. Do not hold A. This might be early dive, I cannot tell, honestly. Yeah, it was not. Just kind of hug the left. It's pretty forgiving, so just get a feel for it. Carve him, and as soon as you can, tap A again. You need to hunt 2 boars before you can proceed. And then an icon's gonna appear over here. And what you need to do for this one, you're gonna get an early dive on this board no matter what. We can walk a little bit further, like right there, and then go here. Kind of look about here, and tap A, and a boar will spawn over here every time. If there's a boar there, you can just sprint, and he'll run at you. And that's easy. So yeah, you can kind of manipulate the second boar. The first one's kind of RNG. Let me show what that looks like in its entirety. Alright, and that is what an optimal boar hunting segment would look like. First early dive, second early dive, that is 100% optimal. And that's boar hunting, super easy. Make sure you're pressing Y after tackling him as well, because it'll give you a carve prompt. And something explodes. Oh no. And you just have to sit through this. You can't skip this cutscene. You can skip most cutscenes in this game, but this one in particular and a few other annoying ones you cannot. Okay, this one, however, you can skip. So skip that. And this segment is extremely simple. Like, just, it's the same button prompt over and over. I'm using an Xbox One controller, so it's going to be A for me. Pretty sure it's B on the Switch, and I have no idea what it is on mouse and keyboard. But straight up, just mash. It's the same button prompt every time. You can go either left or right here. It doesn't matter which way. They both loop around here, and it's the same amount of time. It really doesn't matter. Just keep going. I go right, because what can happen in this segment actually sometimes is the camera will get stuck, and will kind of stop following Otto, And it's basically a death sentence. I can't really demonstrate it, but you'll know if you get it, because Auto will just, like, the camera will get all wonky, and Auto will get stuck and, like, just be colliding with the terrain, and you won't be able to hop over the logs, and it's really annoying. It almost never happens to me, though. It shouldn't happen to you very often either. But it will ruin your runs if it does. But this is early in the game anyway, so it doesn't really matter. This segment, super easy. Just dodge these rocks. Don't die. Do not smash your brains on the rocks. And then we get another unskippable cutscene. All the unskippable cutscenes are thankfully like right at the beginning. And they're not very long. Minus one that's coming up here. You'll get a quick time event. Press your respective button. You know what to do. It's easy. And now what's going to happen is it's going to make you heal. For me, it's going to be right on the D-pad. So just kind of anticipate that. That opens your menu, by the way. Just anticipate opening your menu and healing. So boom, boom. It wants you to eat this boar meat, and then immediately press Y. Go left on here, because it's fewer spaces to get to this club. If you go right, it's a few more spaces. Very tiny time save, but make sure you go left. And once you're doing that, you can stop and just run this way. And just sprint straight to these spears over here. And these you're going to want to carve. Sometimes you'll run up to it and you'll do... So sometimes if you're running and you grab a spear, you'll only grab one, but there won't be an animation for it. You'll just grab it and keep going. That'll happen. Don't go back and carve the spears if it happens. Just take the one spear and keep going. But optimally, you want to grab all three there. There's an enemy here. I'm actually going to kill him just to get him out of the way. Right here is a pretty cool sequence break. It saves like 5 seconds. Normally if you hopped over that ledge, there's going to be a little cutscene that plays where Otto looks around because he's hearing something, but you can skip that. Oh, it's this actually. I guess I waited too long. Okay, that's the cutscene you want to skip. Typically in a run, it'll happen after you go over this ledge. To skip that, climb about right here, sprint, and like roll off the ledge. I didn't get it. Let me show you what happens when you get it. It's pretty easy to get. It's not a huge time save, so like that. You just kind of want to roll right at the ledge, and you'll go a little bit further and bypass it. If you don't reset or anything, just keep going. It's like a 5-second time save. This guy right here, you have to kill. Now, when you kill these enemies, the game only cares that you are swinging 3 times. It doesn't care how many times you hit the enemy. So you can actually start swinging before you're even hitting him. I'll show what that looks like. You just go boom, boom. So it only cared that the 3rd hit him.
That was tough.
So you can kind of get a head start on killing these dudes. Sometimes he'll drop a weapon binding. Pick it up if he does. You need a good handful of weapon bindings in this run. He didn't drop one for me. There's a lot of weapon bindings in set locations that we'll pick up. But yeah, if you want to pick up any weapon bindings, you immediately see. And I got this weird animation again. If you dawdle, that'll happen. If you're just running through this in a run, that won't happen. Don't worry. There's some heals here if you need. Little berry. You might want to pick that up if you're playing on hard, because you'll need the heals. Climb this ledge. It's pretty easy. Grab the very edge of the right on that first ledge, and you'll climb optimally. What was I going to say about... Okay, yeah, healing on hard. On easy, and I think normal. Actually can't remember. On easy, your health will regenerate for troll and auto after every, like, segment. Hard, your health never regenerates. So on hard, be picking up the health items, and I'll show you where, like, the major health items are. This cutscene's gonna play. You can't skip it. And these three little gremlin dudes. I'm gonna call them gremlins. I don't know what they're called. Kill these three gremlins. The way to do this fast, just sprint over here immediately. Do the little hit trick that I showed you. And sometimes they'll hit you. Wow, they're being really mean to me. Just hit them all 3 times. It's really easy. Just press your face against theirs and mash X. And that's it. That's really all there is to boar hunting in the forest fire. And then there's like a 2-minute unskippable cutscene you have to watch, unfortunately. But it's the biggest one in the game. It's the only like pretty big one. Go take a bathroom break during it. Do whatever. Get a drink of water. But I'll see you guys in the next episode for the airplane and Camp 1 segment. Subscribe to Troll and I Central. Thanks for watching.